Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Saturday. Big college football slate today, guys. So be sure to hit that subscribe button. Working our way to 23.2K subs. So go ahead and make that happen. Check out all my betting links in the description below. All kinds of profit boosts and promos. So take advantage of those, guys. And yeah, we'll hop in it here. A lot of great games today. Starting with Illinois versus Rutgers. Rutgers opening up as a 2.5 point home favorite with the over under at 47.5. Illinois coming into this matchup 7-3. Rutgers 6-4. Illinois, they're coming off a big Michigan State win. Rutgers, they're on a 2-game winning streak coming off a Maryland win. Illinois, they are 4-2 against Rutgers. 4-2 covering against Rutgers. They're 5-1 covering on the road here. The unders hit in Rutgers 5 of the last 7 against Illinois. Yeah, these games are always pretty low scoring here. A lot of defense, a lot of running the ball. I'm liking Illinois getting plus money on the road. I don't know, not too sold on Rutgers. I know they were missing their star running back, I believe, last game. We'll see if he plays today. But yeah, plus money with Illinois. It's going to be a dogfight game. I'll take a shot with Illinois money line and plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, probably got the best matchup of the day. We got Indiana versus Ohio State. Ohio State opening up as a 10.5 point home favorite with the over-under at 52.5. Indiana coming into this matchup 10-0. Ohio State 9-1. Indiana, I mean, what a season they're having. Coming off a 5-point Michigan win. Didn't think they would be this good. And, you know, they are, though. Great quarterback play, the run game. The defense is playing great. Ohio State, they're coming off some dominating games here. 31-7 win against Northwestern. 45-0 win against Purdue. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be an absolute battle. Obviously, Indiana overall hasn't been that good against Ohio State if you look at any kind of numbers, but they've just never been this good. So, if you watched Indiana, I mean, man, they've been awesome. And this is going to be a battle for Ohio State. I think I'm seeing a lot of people talking about Indiana, you know, like, oh, you know, if they lose, they're probably, you know, they shouldn't be in the playoffs, whatever. People need to be talking about Ohio State. This is a very good Indiana team. It's not, you do not look past Indiana in this matchup. They're getting a lot of points in a very winnable game for them. And maybe I'm falling for the trap, but I gotta take the points here with the Hoosiers. I'll take Indiana plus 10.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got Ole Miss versus Florida. Ole Miss opening up as a 12-point road favorite with the over/under at 55.5. Ole Miss coming into this matchup 8-2. Florida 5-5. Ole Miss, they're on a 3-game winning streak coming off of 18-point Georgia win. Florida, they're coming off a big LSU win. It look like Ole Miss should be getting Trey Harris back. I know he hasn't played the last few games here, so that'll definitely help him out. Ole Miss, they are 5-2 covering against Florida here. The unders hit in Florida's 4 of the last 6 against Ole Miss. Yeah, I don't know. Ole Miss just has so much momentum right now, especially coming off that big Georgia win. I just can't back Florida. They are coming off a nice LSU win, but yeah, we've seen their SEC play. They've gotten a lot of their SEC games have been, yeah, their SEC losses against good teams have been by double digits. Give me Ole Miss minus 12 in money line on the road today. Next matchup, we got SMU versus Virginia. SMU opening up as a 10.5 point road favorite with the over/under at 56. SMU coming into this matchup 9-1. Virginia 5-5. SMU, they're on a 7-game winning streak right now. Coming off a Boston College win 38-28. Virginia, they're 1-4 in their last 5, coming off a bad Notre Dame loss. SMU, yeah, 9-0 on the road right now. 5-2 covering the spread. They're 6-0 against the ACC. I mean, SMU is having a heck of a season. They're playing very good football. They score a lot of points. which Virginia really fails to do so, is to score a bunch of points here. Yeah, I love this line for SMU. Gonna buy a point though, just to keep it under. Give me SMU minus 9.5 and money line on the road. Next matchup, we got Wake Forest versus Miami. Miami opening up as a 23.5 point home favorite with the over-under at 68. Wake Forest coming into this matchup 4-6. Miami 9-1. Wake Forest on a 2-game losing streak, coming off a North Carolina loss. Miami, they're coming off a bad Georgia Tech upset loss. Wake Forest 0-5 against Miami, 3-12 against the ACC. Miami 5-0 at home. It's a great bounce back spot for Miami. Bad loss against Georgia Tech here. I'm not too worried about Wake Forest. I think Miami comes out, has a dominating game today. I'll take Miami minus 23.5 at home today. Next matchup, we got UMass versus Georgia. Georgia opening up as a 42-point home favorite with the over-under at 55.5. UMass coming into this matchup 2-8. Georgia 8-2. UMass, yeah, I mean, bad season for them. They're coming off a tough 1-point Liberty loss. Georgia, they're coming off a big Tennessee win. UMass 0-6 on the road, 0-13 against the SEC. Georgia 10-0 at home. I mean, this is Georgia's little cupcake schedule game. I think it's a good thing for to get back on track here after a tough SEC game, come up and beat up on UMass. Yeah, like we saw UMass, they played Missouri, who Missouri's not even really good. They lost 45-3 against the SEC opponent. Lost by 25 against Mississippi State. Yeah, I think we get a dominating game from Georgia. I'll take Georgia minus 42 at home today. Next matchup, we got UTEP versus Tennessee. Tennessee opening up as a 41-point home favorite with the over-under at 53. UTEP coming into this matchup 2-8. Tennessee 8-2. UTEP, they are coming off a Kennesaw State win. Tennessee, they're coming off a Georgia loss. This is a big spread. We have not really seen them do anything with these spreads, except from early in the season where we saw them win. Their first 3 games, they won 69-3, 51-10, 71-0. Since then, though, in SEC play, they have not done good in SEC play, but against these bad teams, they have absolutely dominated. And that's what I expect here. This is a bad UTEP team. And their losses, they've pretty much been held to just in the teens. Yeah, I like Tennessee here. If this was an SEC opponent, I would probably take UTEP, but give me Tennessee minus 41 at home. Next matchup, we got BYU versus Arizona State. Arizona State opening up as a 3.5-point home favorite with the over-under at 49.5. BYU coming into this matchup 9-1. Arizona State 8-2. BYU finally coming off a loss, losing that tough game to Kansas 17-13. Arizona State, they're on a 3-game winning streak, coming off a Kansas State win. Yeah, this is going to be a battle. 2 great ranked teams. You're catching BYU coming off a loss, and BYU 6-1 against the Big 12, 5-0 on the road, 9-3 covering the spread. I've been all over BYU every week. I mean, I've hammered BYU every week. Didn't work out last week, but nonetheless, they've been such a moneymaker all season long up until last week. Getting a field goal and a half on the road. Going to be a great game. Give me BYU plus 3.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got Colorado versus Kansas. Colorado opening up as a 2.5-point road favorite with the over-under at 59.5. Colorado coming into this matchup 8-2. Kansas 4-6. Colorado on a 4-game winning streak, coming off a Utah win. Kansas on a 2-game winning streak, coming off a BYU win. Nice. I mean, they're coming off 2 upset wins here. So watch out, Kansas, 2.5-point underdogs, beating Iowa State and beating BYU. Colorado's just been doing nothing but winning, dominating, playing great football. They're 5-1 covering on the road, 8-0 covering the spread right now. Yeah, I got to roll Colorado. I know Kansas coming off 2 underdog wins. I could see the Kansas play there, but I'm riding with Colorado. They've just been so fun to bet on. And the offense, these last 4 games, has really been turned up. Since that Kansas State loss, though, but the offense has been awesome this season. Yeah, going to be a good one. Give me Colorado. We're probably going to get a shootout, I'm sure. Give me Colorado -2.5 and money line on the road. Next matchup, we got Kentucky versus Texas. Texas opening up as a 20.5 point home favorite with the over-under at 47. Kentucky coming into this matchup 4-6. Texas 9-1. Kentucky, they are coming off a Murray State win. I mean, they've got really no SEC wins. It's been pretty brutal for them, besides beating that Ole Miss upset. Texas, they're on a 3-game winning streak coming off an Arkansas win. Yeah, Kentucky dealing with a lot of injuries. I just don't trust Kentucky. They're 1-8 against the SEC, where they play horrible. Texas 12-1 at home. Yeah, I think Texas dominates Kentucky. This is a bad Kentucky team. I'll take Texas -20.5 and money line at home today. Next matchup, we got Penn State versus Minnesota. Penn State opening up as an 11.5 point road favorite with the over-under at 45. Penn State coming into this matchup 9-1. Minnesota 6-4. Penn State coming off a big Purdue win, 49-10. Minnesota, they're coming off a Rutgers loss, ending their 4-game winning streak they were on. Penn State, I mean, yeah, they've pretty much just been dominating teams here. Yeah, dominating Washington. I just can't back Minnesota against the good teams. Yeah, against pretty much the good teams, they've struggled. They struggled against Michigan, struggled against Iowa. They really struggled against good defensive teams. Penn State's just on another level, I think, with Minnesota. I just don't love Minnesota. Give me Penn State -11.5 and money line on the road. Next matchup, we've got Citadel versus Clemson. Clemson opening up as a 49.5 point home favorite with the over-under at 58.5. Clemson coming into this matchup 8-2. I can't find any stats on Citadel. To be honest, I don't think it really matters. This is a game Clemson should dominate. You got Clemson. They're coming off a 2-game winning streak, coming off a big Pitt comeback win. That was a great comeback for Clemson. Citadel 0-5 against Clemson. 0-5 on the road against Clemson. Clemson 17-3 at home. Yeah, this is their little cupcake game they scheduled. Yeah, they should dominate this game. And it's a high spread, but you just got to trust and hope that they dominate, put up 50 plus 60, and Citadel maybe held it like a field goal. That's kind of how you hope this game goes. Give me Clemson minus the points at home. Next matchup, we got Wofford versus South Carolina. South Carolina opening up as a 42.5 point home favorite with the over-under at 50.5. South Carolina coming into this matchup 7-3. Another game, I just don't have much info on Wofford here. It's another cupcake game versus a ranked team. South Carolina, they're on a 4-game winning streak, coming off a nice Missouri win. South Carolina having a heck of a season so far. Wofford 0-5 against South Carolina, 0-5 on the road against South Carolina. Wofford 0-20 on the road, which is pretty brutal. South Carolina 13-5 at home. Yeah, cupcake game. You're going to see several of those today. They should dominate. Give me South Carolina -42.5 at home today. Next matchup, good ranked matchup. We got Army versus Notre Dame. Notre Dame opening up as a 14-point home favorite with the over-under at 45. Army coming into this matchup 9-0. Notre Dame 9-1. It's crazy we got Army 9-0 towards the end of the season here. It's kind of crazy. Army, they're coming off a North Texas win 14-3. I mean, man, back-to-back games, this defense has held both North Texas and Air Force to just 3 points each. This is a very good defense here. The highest they've given up this season is 28 points to East Carolina. I mean, this Army D has been has been awesome. Notre Dame, they're coming off a big Virginia win, 35-14. We saw what Notre Dame did to Navy when Navy was undefeated. Notre Dame beat them 51-14. That's my only worries here, is that Notre Dame could possibly do the same thing, because I mean they're hot. They're 9-1 in their last 10. This one's tough. We'll see. This really is the biggest. This is the biggest test for Army all season. Yeah, I don't know. It's just big games like these. I feel like I just got to take Notre Dame. We saw what they did to Navy, and I just have a feeling it's going to be the same thing. I know Army's been good. I mean, man, it'd be a shocker if Army can come out and beat Notre Dame. That would be huge. But I don't know. Notre Dame, I just think they're going to control this game, and I think they're going to dominate this game. I really do. A lot of respect to Army. I mean, what they've done on defense has been incredible, but they've never faced a Notre Dame this season. I'll take Notre Dame minus 13.5 on money line at home. Next matchup, we got Boise State versus Wyoming. Boise State opening up as a 22.5 point road favorite with the over-under at 55.5. Boise State coming into this matchup 9-1. Wyoming 2-8. Boise, they're coming off a San Jose State win 42-21. They're on an 8-game winning streak right now. Wyoming 2-8 in their last 10, coming off a 14-point Colorado State loss. Yeah, this is a really bad really bad Wyoming team. It's just been brutal for them. Boise State, they're going to give it to Ashton Genie. He's going to run all over them. And Boise State's just going to keep continuing having a great year like they are. Yeah, gonna buy a point. Let's get it at 21. Give me Boise State minus 21 at home, or 21 on the road today. Next matchup, we got Washington State versus Oregon State. Washington State opening up as an 11-point road favorite with the over-under at 56.5. Washington State coming into this matchup 8-2. Oregon State 4-6. Washington State coming off a New Mexico loss, 38-35. Yeah, tough loss for Washington State. Oregon State, they're on a 5-game losing streak. They just got shut out to Air Force 28-0. These last 3 weeks, they've scored 0, 13, and 7. Been brutal for Oregon State. Yeah, I expect a big Washington State bounce back. Disappointing week last week. I think the Cougars bounce back today, and I'll take Washington State minus 11 and money line on the road today. Next matchup, we got Alabama versus Oklahoma. Bama opening up as a 14-point road favorite with the over-under at 46.5. Bama coming into this matchup 8-2. Oklahoma 5-5. Bama on a 3-game winning streak, coming off a dominating Mercer win. Oklahoma 1-4 in their last 5, coming off a tough Missouri loss. Yeah, I just don't trust Oklahoma. Bama, they're 8-2 on the road, 15-2 against the SEC right now. Oklahoma 1-5 against the SEC. They've been a mess. Bama's got a lot of momentum after that dominating LSU win and Missouri win back-to-back, beating Georgia. I mean, yeah, they're having a great year. I just don't trust Oklahoma. The offense has been horrible pretty much all season. Yeah, gonna buy a half a point. Give me Bama minus 13.5 and money line on the road today. Next matchup, we got Iowa State versus Utah. Iowa State opening up as a 6.5 point road favorite with the over-under at 42. Iowa State coming into this matchup 8-2. Utah 4-6. Iowa State coming off a Cincinnati win 34-17. Utah, they're on a 6-game losing streak right now, coming off a 49-24 loss against Colorado. It's just been bad for Utah here. The quarterback play has been horrible. Yeah, you got Iowa State, tough 2-game stretch they were on, but nonetheless, they're still a really good team. The Utah, it's just been bad. And defensively, last 2 games, giving up more points than they normally do. I just can't trust Utah. Like, the defense keeps them in games, but I just can't trust the offense to really win any games for them. So give me Iowa State minus 6.5 and money line on the road. Then the last matchup, we got Texas A&M versus Auburn. A&M opening up as a 2.5-point road favorite with the over-under at 46.5. A&M coming into this matchup 8-2. Auburn 4-6. A&M coming off a big New Mexico State win 38-3. Auburn, they're coming off a Louisiana Monroe win 48-14. Yeah, A&M. I just think you're getting them at a value today. I know they're on the road, but Auburn's been horrible, especially in SEC. I mean, they've lost to Vandy, who's good, lost to Missouri, Georgia, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and yeah, A&M been great this season. They had the bad loss to South Carolina, but missing their quarterback that game, so I don't really look at that game too crazy there. I just think this defense is going to pretty much dominate Auburn here, so I'm not too concerned with Auburn. It's such a small spread that I just could never take Auburn in this spot. It'd have to be, for me, it'd have to be like over a touchdown or so maybe, but only a field goal. Yeah, give me A&M minus 2.5 and money line on the road in this one. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Saturday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Sunday. Have a good one.